Well, more people are losing money to scams. That's according to the Federal Trade Commission's 2025 report.
This comes as the people falling for the scams are getting younger. Protecting your data is our big story today.
Well, consumers reported more than $12.5 billion in fraud loss in the year 2024. It's a 25% increase from the previous year. And while investment scams led the pack at around $5.7 billion in losses, job and employment agency scams saw dramatic growth. Reports in this category tripled between 2020 and 2024, signaling a real shift here in scam tactics toward more personalized and data-driven schemes. Impersonation scams also on the rise. According to new analysis by the FTC, there's been a huge jump in losses reported by older adults to scammers that might be impersonating trusted government agencies or businesses. The combined losses reported by older adults also increased from $55 million in the year 2020 to $445 million in 2024.
One Holland man is in custody today, accused of scamming a person out of thousands of dollars by pretending to be a banker. Kevin Bowles Jr. is charged with theft by deception, which is a 5th-degree felony. Documents obtained by 13 Action News and our I-Team say the incident happened around May 31st this year. Police say a woman received a phone call from a person who claimed to be with a local credit union. That person told the woman over the phone there was suspicious activity on her account and asked for her account number and password to confirm she was the account holder. And after the call, $3,000 was transferred to Bowles' bank account between May 31st and June 2nd. He is due in court later this week.
Well, scammers are always trying to find ways to get you. So what can you actually do to protect your money? We have Richard Schwabel, the fraud mitigation specialist with Fremont Federal Credit Union with us. So let's start with the basics here. How does your credit union contact a customer?
When we suspect fraud, I will contact the customer directly. I will let them know of the fraud that we believe has taken place on their account. Based on the conversation, more than likely what we're going to do then is ask them to come into a branch to change their password, get a new account, close out the existing account, and just make sure that we're able to prevent the fraud from reoccurring.
So let's talk about these guys here. We all have one of these, right? A cell phone. So if one of your customers gets a call or a text and they claim to be from you and they're concerned, what do you recommend that they do?
Don't do anything on the phone. That includes email, text messages, because the second you click on something, you have just allowed them access then to your information. So my advice to them is the same advice that I would give to even a family member. If you see something that looks suspicious or something that maybe in a transaction that you did not initiate, do not click on the link, do not call the number or click on the number and have them call and have the phone call the number for you. Just delete it, call your branch and tell them that you received a text message or an email and have them confirm if there's any activity that looks suspicious on your account.
Okay, so the two things that you've mentioned here in the past few minutes are you call your bank or you go into the branch. Two things that you could do to stop some of that.
Yes, yeah, just do not click on anything. You know, just delete it. And because one of the biggest things that I find, no matter how strong your password is or no matter how sophisticated your computer is, the moment you give them voluntarily your banking information, you have given them access to your accounts, and thus they're able then to, take your money.
Sure. And Richard, of course, this is your wheelhouse. You're dealing with this type stuff, unfortunately, on a daily basis. What are some of the scams that you're seeing right now? Is it text messages? Is it calls? Or is it simply people getting that data from somewhere else on the internet and just taking people's money?
Well, that's a complex question because there is the dark web and, people's information is for sale on the dark web, and they might not have all of it. They might only have like a portion of it. So, and they may call you convincing saying, oh, this is so-and-so with this financial institution. I'm trying to confirm a transaction that took place. Can you give me the last 4 digits of your social? They may have, some of your information, your address, date of birth, and they sound very convincing. Like, okay, I'm just going to verify some other information that just to make sure it's you.
And then you're giving them in turn what they're looking for.
Exactly.
Richard
Yes.
Schwabel, thanks for being with us from Fremont Federal
Thank you so
Credit
much
Union.
for having me, and you take care.
We appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Another scam on the rise right now is the romance scam. It involves a criminal using a fake online identity to gain someone's trust and affection. Authorities in Florida releasing video today showing a woman confronting the alleged scammer. Janae Norman has the story.
This is the young lady whose $30,000 you took and bought the car and the lawnmower and everything?
You're watching what authorities say is the victim of a romance scam confronting one of her scammers head on.
You're not looking at me.
I felt bad when it happened.
That's 70-year-old Carol West of Florida, who says this man, Corey Woodall, was part of an elaborate scheme to bilk her of tens of thousands of dollars. According to authorities, romance scams happen when the victim is duped into believing they're building a relationship with someone, using that goodwill to get the victim to send money. At first, Carol says she thought she was speaking to a high-ranking Army officer who needed help getting home.
He sent me pictures of him in uniform. He sent me pictures of his dog tags, pictures of his passports, everything to show me he was legitimate. And I fell for hook, line, and sinker.
According to the affidavit, as part of the fraud, the messages were requesting her to send funds by gift cards in Bitcoin. Carol purchased $30,000 worth of gift cards in the span of 2 weeks. Eventually, the affidavit alleges, they asked for more. She sent another $30,000 and mailed it to a North Carolina address.
What did you spend my money on?
The FBI crime report says Americans lost $16 billion to romance scams last year alone. Carol says she lost her life savings to Woodall.
Well, I'm going to tell the judge to demand you give me my money back, and I don't care if it comes $1 a week. You're going to pay me back.
Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.